Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter Generations video, and another episode of Mix Set Monday. Apologies that there hasn't been an episode for a few weeks. I have been a little bit busy recently, haven't had a chance to play Monster Hunter as much as I would have liked, so it kind of fell on the back burner. I do apologise for that, but it's back, and to make up for that, I will also have an episode next week. I normally do these every 2 weeks, but there'll be an episode today, an episode next week, and next week's episode will also include 2 mix sets as kind of like a Christmas special, because after that I'll then be on Christmas holiday, and I'm going to Japan for the new year, so I'll be away for a couple of weeks, so the series will then return in the new year. So, with that being said, lots of mix set stuff coming your way, but if you do enjoy this episode, and you're happy to see the episode back, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and as always, if you want to submit your own, then drop it down below. But, let's get started. So this week's set comes from DrZombie 420. It is a Switch Axe aerial style set. It's a really cool set, has a lot of good skills, and it also has a skill that is really interesting and that doesn't tend to get a lot of kind of airtime or doesn't necessarily get as much attention as it deserves. So all those things combined made it a great candidate for today. First up, this is what it looks like. It actually looks really cool together. It's a pretty kind of basic looking set. It's not one of those sort of like outlandish, crazy, bulky armor sets. It's just quite sort of modest, but it does fit nicely together, especially if you kind of color it in sort of, you know, the same color. But it's comprised of the Hayabusa feather, the Ranger's girdle, the Hiryu Sky Kote, which is of course from the Strider Hiryu DLC quest. You also have the Chrome Metal Coil, and you also have the Hiryu Sky Boots. Now, as for the Talisman, this is actually pretty simple. All you're going to need is a plus 1 volt 3-slot Talisman. That's not really that difficult to get a hold of. I have a plus 4 volt 3-slot Talisman. However, if you don't have that, any 3-slot Talisman will do, but if you do take a random 3-slot Talisman, you will also need a 3-slot weapon. However, if you do have the plus 1 volt 3-slot Talisman, then what you want to do is grab the Barak Sedition Switch Axe. That is the Sedegios Switch Axe. I currently don't have the final version, but I do have the kind of almost there version. It has 2 slots, which of course gives you the required number. As for the actual decorations, you're going to need 3 Fungi-Form Jewel 1s, 2 of which will need to go in the chest piece for the torso up, and the other one can just go anywhere. You will need an Expert Jewel 3, which will have to go in the Talisman, and 5 Rodeo Jewel 1s. Just throw them wherever you want, and if you slot all of those in together, you are then presented with the following skills. You have Critical Eye plus 3, which increases your affinity by 30%, but what's also really interesting is that the Barak Edition, when you have it fully maxed out, has 20% affinity, and if you run this with the Energy Charge 3 Hunter Art, then when you activate that, that also gives you 30% affinity, so that is a total of 80% affinity with this set. Very nice. You then have Airborne, which increases the damage caused by jumping attacks, and of course, because this is an aerial style set, an aerial style Switch Axe is already a very powerful style, but pairing this together, then you have a winning combination. You have Stamina Recovery Up, which increases your stamina recovery speed, Mounting Master, which makes it easier to mount and successfully topple a monster, and then finally, this is the really interesting skill, the one that I said that doesn't get a lot of airtime, and that is Mushroomancer. This basically allows the consumption of mushrooms, which grants certain benefits as a result. Now, in DrZombie's original post, he gave 2 examples of this. The main one being that Mushroomancer effectively allows you to carry 12 max potions, because a Dragon Toadstool, if consumed when you have Mushroomancer, acts as a max potion. So you can carry 10 Dragon Toadstools, 2 max potions. That is effectively 12 max potions in your bag. Another example is the Mopeshroom, that acts as dash juice, so of course you can temporarily slow your stamina depletion. If you wanted the Mega Dash Juice variant, that is a choice shroom. So there are loads of different mushrooms you can consume. In fact, I will put a list in the description box down below of what all the mushrooms do with the Mushroomancer skill, if you guys do want to check it out. But needless to say, having this on gives you access to a lot of free items, and if you guys are, say, starting out, or maybe you're kind of looking for something that will kind of help you get through some quests, then this effectively allows you to carry double items, which will definitely keep you alive, and you'll also be able to output some pretty nice damage with this set. I mentioned before that Switch Axe aerial style is just crazy anyway. It's great for mounting, because if you're in sword mode, you attack on the way up and on the way down, so you'll mount monsters very quickly, especially when paired with Mounting Master. It'll also make it a lot easier to mount monsters, especially some of those kind of harder to mount ones, so that'll make your life a lot easier, and just in terms of damage output, Switch Axe is very powerful, so this will make light work of a lot of those quests. So if you guys haven't tried aerial Switch Axe before, definitely give it a shot. It is incredible, a lot of fun, and yeah, definitely a good source of damage. So, that is pretty much it. That is your set for this week. That comes from DrZombie 420, so thank you very much for submitting that. That is an awesome set. I really like it. Hopefully you guys do too. Again, a reminder that if you guys do want to submit some sets, then drop them in the description box down below, and I will then go through them and pick them for the next episode. It is worth noting I have already made the sets for the next episode, i.e. the one that is next week, But if you do submit them, then I will go through them and choose some more for the episode that will come in the new year. So for the time being, thank you for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.